Hi guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Allison if you're new here. And if you're not new, I really appreciate you coming back. I may sound a little different today. I'm a little bit sick. But we're going to persevere through it, and we're just going to push on through. This video is even a little bit longer than normal, so there's that too, I guess. So we're just going to be, attacking this and just going head on first. I did say that this week was going to be small home week. I don't know if you can consider this a small home. I guess it is kind of a small home. It has 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. So in my mind, that's like not a really small home, but I guess it's not like a huge mansion either. But the video I am posting on Wednesday will probably be a little bit smaller of a home. I'm imagining it'll be like a teen mom home or something kind of like that. I haven't started it yet, but that's my goal for after I get my homework done today. Because, oh my goodness, my schedule this weekend has just been a crazy mess, and then feeling sick on top of that, means you, don't want to do anything, and that is no bueno. But anyway, this is my first time building here in Sulani on the channel. I built it in Sulani before, don't worry guys. But I figured that this, reference image that I found, even though the reference image that I found is nothing like this, the reference image I found is literally just a box. So I was like, alright, that's gonna look kind of boring in The Sims, so we're gonna have to maybe play around with some bottom decks and yeah. But anyway, now we're just kind of adding these windows up on the top, and honestly it's not looking too hot right now. Honestly, at this point, I was kind of hating the build, but I was like, I'm gonna try to stick it out, and I'm kind of glad I stuck it out. It's definitely a different build than what I normally go for, and even on the inside, it was just, I don't know if I consider this one of my favorite. No, it's definitely not one of my favorite builds, but it's definitely something that I don't do a lot of, and it was kind of pushing me outside of my comfort zone, which was really good, to not be stuck, you know. Not to always build something you're comfortable with, but to kind of get out of it every once in a while. But yeah, so in this house, I imagine that there was a set of older parents. Imagine they're kind of adults, and then they have a teen daughter or son. When I first started building it, I was like, oh, they'll probably have a son living in the basement, kind of he just came back from college, he just graduated. But when I was building it, I kind of built it more for an older teen daughter, I guess. But it could go either way. It's just the primary color is a light blue, so. And there's no colors with genders, so it's not like they have to be with one certain. But I was just, in my mind, I guess it was a girl because I put nail polish and stuff in the bathroom. Not that guys can't wear nail polish. Alrighty, I'm just talking myself in a hole. One thing about this house is there is no stairs. I just have a ladder. I guess there's stairs outside. So if you have a toddler, they're going to have to go outside and then go up because they can't go up ladders. But, oh my gosh, we're only 3 minutes into this voiceover. I don't know how I'm going to survive this. But, yeah. Oh, I also added, a little bit of storage. That's what, that third kind of bathroom-looking area was on the second floor. It's storage for scuba diving gear. I imagine that one of the parents, I figured it was the mom, kind of was really into conservationists, but not conservationist, she's out rallying against protect our reefs, kind of photographer conservationist. I imagine she is really into taking pictures of wildlife and these really I don't even know, extinct animals or stuff like that. I imagine that's kind of what she enjoys. And then I imagine that the dad was maybe an architect. I have a couple draftings up from architectural draftings that are in the base game. But right now I'm trying to landscape, and landscaping in Sulani is just so hard because it's not a landscape I'm used to. And I'm I have no clue what this should look like. I'm going to try to copy what they have over here, but I was I need something. I need some bushes. Even though I don't know, this being this close to the water doesn't seem really, what am I looking for? It doesn't seem realistic. There's the word. But, I don't know, I guess it looks good. So, there's that, right? And when I was doing this landscaping, it was right after Evelyn had just posted one of her, I think it was her Leo build, maybe? yeah, I think it was her Leo build, and she was talking about how they had grass and then dirt on her sand, so that's what I kind of tried to reciprocate. Sorry, I had to make a weird cut here because I had to run to the bathroom quick. Anyway, it never fails that when I sit down to do the voiceover, I'm like, this is the exact time I need to go to the bathroom. And this is probably TMI, but I'm just like, why? Why must you do this to me? I'm just trying to get this done. Because currently this video is going up in about 3.5 hours. And I'm just now doing the voiceover. I mean, honestly, the voiceover is kind of like the last step, other than like obviously uploading it and like, oh, I guess I have to make the thumbnail too. But I usually do the thumbnail before I do the voiceover. This is a behind the scenes. Anyway, here we're going to start seeing the, I wanted to go with like this really colorful, because I was like, they really did neutrals for like everything, but then like things they could bring color in, they brought colors in. And I just didn't like it. You'll see me like, be like, oh, maybe I should go black there. And then I was like, no, it's fine. We can make this work. But then in the end, I ended up going with neutrals. And honestly, it's something that it was kind of limiting because I didn't do a lot of clutter and I didn't do a lot of like very bold things. I guess the teen has like some blue accents and stuff, but I figured that like the teen is kind of getting to decorate their own room. Like that's not really the parents' like fashion sense. Or like not fashion sense, but like sense of style as opposed. But it's just like, you know, the teen gets to choose because it's the teen's room. But I mean, there definitely is parents out there who are like, no, this is what your room's gonna look like, blah, 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 and no individuality, oh my goodness. None of that is allowed. But, I sat down, so, like, I recorded, like, the building and the kitchen and the layout and, like, everything we've seen so far in one night, and then I was like, alright, it's getting late, I gotta go to bed. And then I came back and I sat down, and I started decorating the living room, and I never started recording it, and I was like, great. So there is no living room footage, but in all honesty, I literally just put, like, a rug from City Living, the sofa that came with Island Living, chair that came with Island Living, a TV, one of the circle coffee tables that came with the Oasis, right? No, the Desert Luxe kit, and then the candles that came from Laundry Day, and a tapestry that came from Island Living. So, like, we're not missing a lot. Also, I don't know why this, like, lamp or shade decided to snap over here, but when I came back in the game, I was very confused as to why it was over there, so I put it back over the island counters. I also used the the outdoor shower in this build, but I figured that, it's a shower. It can be used wherever, so I decided just to use it indoors. And I also never used that snowy escape mirror, and it kind of worked perfectly in here, not gonna lie. And I don't know, oh yeah, I do end up keeping the towel bar. I think the robe that I put down ends up going away when I get out this tiny living shelf, because I didn't know if the shower would still be functional if it was right there, so I was like, well, I kind of want the loofah to be close, because obviously you're going to use the loofah when you're in the shower, kind of thing. But yeah, I used, honestly, the biggest pain that I found with the new clutter that came with the bathroom clutter kit is remembering to put light switches in every room, because it's, like, new, right? So you're just like, oh crap, I forgot. Like, honestly, oh yeah, I did put trash cans on this build and a mailbox. I used the Snowy Escape mailbox up on, like, the landing of the stairs, but, what was I gonna say? There's not in the, I cut it out because, it was just kind of weird. I did it right after the landscaping, and there's an outdoor bin, but I definitely didn't have room for an indoor bin, and I was like, it doesn't really make sense for there to be a trash chute here. So we're just gonna kind of leave it. I did use a lot more sconces in this build. I say a lot more. I think I used like 2 or 3 of them maybe. But that's more than I guess I'm used to. But I used them because Miss Simrino said that if you have trouble like having this open wall and you don't feel like you need to put a painting there, to put a sconce there. So now I'm going to try to embrace that more, because I never use wall lights, but it's because I don't like the lighting they give, right? So I should just use the subtle saucer lamps and then use the wall lights as decorations, because that's in reality what I want, right? I also gave so we're in the primary bedroom now. I'm sorry, I totally talked over like all of it. And like, not all of it, but most of the furnishing. But yeah, we're just kind of cluttering it up. I imagine that this was just kind of simple, their style. I imagine the mom also kind of liked plants, because there's a decent amount of plants around. But now we're going into the office, and on that wall, the wall that's shared with a bedroom right there, the one I painted with the wood color, there's this most beautiful gallery wall. I mean, it's not like the most beautiful, but it's a really cool gallery wall I made with the live edit photos you can get with when you take photos underwater I think it's scuba diving or snorkeling. I don't remember which one it is exactly. It's been a while since I've done any island living gameplay. It's been a while since I've done gameplay in general. But yeah, here's this like gallery wall I was talking about. And I think it turned out really cute because I imagine these were like photos that the mom had taken. And this one desk without the computer on it, I imagine that was like the architect's desk because it's like a drafting desk. So I imagine that was his. And then the mom's, I imagine they shared an office because why not? But this could totally be turned into a bedroom if you want to have 3 bedrooms. I was just like kind of wanted an office space. And it was pretty big. So I was like, well, they can share an office space. But the other one, she has this nice computer and another camera. I put a camera in the bedroom too, which is kind of a weird spot. But honestly, I was like, she probably has a few cameras laying around anyway, right? But we're just going to throw a Dream Home Decorator rug down and then a base game painting, like a collage, one that I never use. It's like way at the bottom, so I never think to use it. And then we're just going to go on down to the basement and do this storage room I talked about. We have this scuba diving kit, life preserver, the camera shelf from the Mosquito stuff pack. And then I put the fire alarm upstairs because I forgot that. And then I put the fire prevention system downstairs, which is something I never do. But I was like, you know what? Some sprinklers would be nice in this place. And then we're doing this other bathroom. I did a shower tub combo in case you wanted to have like a toddler, even though this would suck with a toddler. Or I guess a dog would be okay because you wouldn't have to wait as long and their needs are kind of easier for, like, they're more self-sufficient, I guess I would say, than a toddler. A toddler would kind of be annoying. You'd have to like keep them downstairs and then your sim would have to be the one going up and down the ladder as opposed to a toddler. But it would be doable. I just think that it's not as practical as some others. But yeah, when I were just kind of finishing up this bathroom, I didn't overly clutter it because I imagined that it was just the one teenager and that they really didn't care. I originally had a 2x3 like ensuite for this teenager, but then I was like, that's kind of excessive. They probably just need like a sink and a toilet, like a little half bath situation. But this is me trying to figure out what I want to do because it was such a very awkward shaped room. So I just kind of threw some stuff together. And this is when I realized, I was like, oh, I should make this sim into like working out. Even though I literally just posted a fitness influencer loft. And if you haven't seen that, you should totally see it. It's my most recent video other than this one. And I kind of enjoyed that one. It was also like a different style, so I'm very much looking forward to kind of having fun with a cutesy fun teen mom small house. This evening, I'm so sorry, I'm yawning. I'm a little tired. When you're sick, it's just like hard to sleep, and that's kind of what I'm going through right now. But just kind of cluttering up those shelves. I don't, end up recording me decorating the outside, but there are 2 loungers, a table, jet skis, a yoga mat, and then a boat outside. But also this room, I imagined it was going to be like a little living space, but it's just a room full of doors. So it's got a mirror and a couple plants and a rug in it. But anyway, if you like this build, it is available in my gallery under my origin ID, alisonlogue, or you can search it under hashtag alpalsgames. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye!